what's beautiful about this is once we have, sales, purchasing, inventory, all of it here, it naturally drives accounting. I can't tell you, it's funny, we have conversations with clients all the time. They're like, well, can it integrate with QuickBooks? When we've got all that master data and pricing information and sales information and costing information about what you're purchasing and the pricing you pay, it automatically drives accounting. And so you've got a very mature system in here to tell you, run your financial statements, manage your receivables, manage your payables, manage all your invoicing in a timely manner.
Yeah, and this, I think we're going to zoom in on these, but just the two screenshots. Go back up just real quick.
Yep.
So the two screenshots are just examples. The one on the top we'll look at, that's just a statistics of a sales order. But what the really golden thing is on the bottom, and that's really showing your rolled up cost. Okay, so go ahead and switch to the next one, and I'll deal with both these separately. So this is just from a sales order. So just think, if you really know what your cost is, I never did. That's a tough thing in this industry, and I know a lot of us don't really truly know what it costs us. But if you get to the point where you really can trust that, everywhere there's statistics. This is just from one single sales order, and you click the statistics button, and it's going over what your sales are, profit, your original costs. So that means if you go into a customer or a vendor, any of that, click on statistics, you're going to see all the history and basically see what is our margin on this. Maybe you're losing on a customer. We were probably losing on our biggest customer, trying to bend over backwards and give free freight and what have you, but we never really knew what is this costing us. Are we making anything on this? Go ahead and switch to the next one. Now this is brilliant. So this top level, that bold Alocasia dwarf, what is it? Amazonica 12-inch. That's the item we sell, okay? And so this does have some production orders in it because we can do production. I just love the view of the spreadsheet because it shows you how all the costs roll up. So if you start at the very bottom, look, there's a tag, right? And that's a purchase. We are, like I said, this is a production order. If you were to be doing some production in there, but I got spacing and potting, and there's a number of days it's in there, so I can figure out what is the cost, for that potting phase. I need a 12-centimeter pot, which is a purchase item. I need media. I need other media mix, 72 cell tray. I need a URC. So look at, just from me creating purchase orders and that for these items, and the system knows that they're inputs, it's all going to keep track of that and all roll up to your final item. And I don't believe QuickBooks does anything like this. So really, I think that's something that every nursery strives for, is to really figure out their cost.
Mm-hmm.
So let's think about this for a second. If you did do your production separately, so you're like, how am I ever going to get my cost for that? Well, again, if you can figure out, and that, this 12-inch Alocasia really costs us $20, what have you, put a purchase order in for that. Like, you treat your production department as a vendor and say, okay, we're going to get these from them. You know what the cost is. So as soon as you have a purchase order in for like this dwarf 12-inch, it's going to have automatically grab that cost in here and roll it up. So even if you're not producing in the system, if you do know your cost, there's still a way around that by, like I said, we do that all the time, treating like our URC department, as a vendor, and be able to run these tools and say, this is how many unrooted cuttings you need to cut.